Here is your latest African news. Highlights: Somalia. Plane crash lands at airport in Somalia's capital. All passengers survive. Africa-wide. AU selects Rwanda to host the HQ of new African Medicines Agency. South Africa. 6 lions put down after killing cows, losing fear of human beings. Horn of Africa. Sudan reopens border crossing with Ethiopia. Ethiopia, US, Egypt reiterates support for Egypt's water security, forging diplomatic resolution on GERD. Mozambique. Mozambique set to commence exportation of liquid gas. Diaspora. Affordable housing for young Dominicans launched. Somalia. Plane crash lands at airport in Somalia's capital. All passengers survive. Juba Airways plane carrying passengers from the town of Baidoa crash-landed at Aden Ade International Airport in Somalia's capital Mogadishu on July 19th, and all those on board survived, Somali state media reported. Smoke billowing into the sky could be seen after the plane crashed near the airport's fence. Firefighters reached the scene immediately to douse flames after parts of the aircraft caught fire. No fatalities have been reported and passengers appeared to be safe after being rescued. Debris clearing was underway at the airport and the crash scene was sealed off by African Union peacekeepers. Somali authorities and Juba Airways have not yet established the cause of the crash. Africa-wide. AU selects Rwanda to host the HQ of new African Medicines Agency. Rwanda has been selected to host the headquarters of the African Medicines Agency, AMA, by the Executive Council of the African Union, AU, at a meeting held in the Zambian capital of Lusaka on July 18th. The council agreed that AMA will enhance the capacity of AU state parties and the continent's regional economic communities, RECs, to regulate medical products and to improve Africa's access to quality, safe, and efficacious medical products. Rwanda had submitted an expression of interest in hosting the AMA headquarters along with Uganda, Algeria, Egypt, Morocco, Tanzania, Tunisia, Zimbabwe, as Health Policy Watch reported in June. After the African Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, AMA will be second specialized health agency of the continental body. The 55 member states hope to foster an enabling environment for pharmaceutical manufacturing thanks to this new body. The COVID-19 outbreak exacerbated challenges the health sector faces on the continent. Indeed, AMA comes after a long journey which started in 2009 with the establishment of the African Medicines Regulatory Harmonization Initiative, AMRH. On July 17th, the AUC chairperson and chairperson of each REC convened under the AU theme of the year 2022, Building Resilience in Nutrition on the African Continent, Accelerate the Human Capital, Social and Economic Development. South Africa. 6 lions from Hululwe Imfolozi Park in KwaZulu-Natal have been euthanized after killing 6 cows and terrorizing residents. Ezemvolo KZN Wildlife said residents in Kulwane and Okuko feared walking in the areas at night. The lions were killed on July 15th, according to Ezemvolo KZN Wildlife spokesperson Musa Mtambo. The 6 lions had killed 6 cows before they were destroyed, and the figure of cows killed may rise as some community members still have not taken stock of their cows. The community had been recently living in fear of their lives, which made them even scared of venturing to the area they use as pastures for their livestock. The community's anger was rising as it was feared that the lions had lost fear of human beings. Several community members had alleged that they had come into contact with these lions, and instead of lions running away, which is their normal behavior, they walked straight towards them, forcing them to retreat. Horn of Africa. Sudan reopens border crossing with Ethiopia. Sudan on July 17th announced the reopening of the border crossing with Ethiopia, citing confiding building measures by Addis Ababa. After the collapse of the al-Bashir regime in April 2019, relations between Sudan and Ethiopia remained strained due to cross-border attacks by the Amhara militiamen. Accordingly, the Sudan authorities closed and reopened the strategic crossing several times. In a statement, the Sudanese army spokesman said the Technical Committee of the Security and Defense Council, chaired by the head of the Sovereign Council, decided to open the Galabat crossing point. On July 5th, Al-Burhan and Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed agreed to form a joint committee to end the border dispute between the two countries. Ethiopia. U.S. Egypt reiterates support for Egypt's water security, forging diplomatic resolution on GERD. Following a meeting between President Joe Biden and his Egyptian counterpart Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on July 17th, the two leaders issued a joint statement in which the U.S. and Egypt discussed, among others, to promote regional stability. One of the issues the two leaders discussed is the issue of Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam, GERD. President Biden reiterated U.S. support for Egypt's water security and to forging a diplomatic resolution that would achieve the interests of all parties and contribute to a more peaceful and prosperous region, the statement said. In June this year, Ethiopia objected a similar stance taken by the European Union, expressing the bloc's support to Egypt's water security. Mozambique. Mozambique set to commence exportation of liquid gas. Mozambique's Ministry of Mineral Resources and Energy has announced that the Coral South project has begun pumping natural gas into its floating platform in Area 4 of the Rovuma Basin off the coast of the northern province of Cabo Delgado, thus paving the way for the first export of liquefied natural gas (LNG) later this year. 6 undersea natural gas wells were connected to the platform in May. On board, the gas will be liquefied and then pumped into the vessels that will ship it to the customer markets. Cited in his ministry's statement, the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy, Carlos Zacarias, said that achieving this latest landmark puts Mozambique on the map of countries producing LNG. The platform has the capacity of liquefying 3.4 million tons of natural gas a year. The gas comes from the Coral Reservoir, where there are estimated reserves of 450 billion cubic meters. The platform is 432 meters long and 66 meters wide. Diaspora. Affordable housing for young Dominicans launched. Young residents of Dominica who are looking to invest in their own homes will be able to do so at a less expensive rate. This is what Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit promised as he announced on July 16th the government's future housing program. This is where affordable housing will be made more accessible to qualified residents who are 45 years or younger and are employed within the public and private sectors. The program would also eventually be expanded for the rest of Dominica's citizens and residents. Housing projects are being taken seriously in Dominica, and its government is working non-stop to build back better for its residents and eventually become the world's first climate-resilient country. These projects are mostly funded by the highly acclaimed Dominica's Citizenship by Investment (CBI) program, which has been in operation since 1993. To date, thousands of houses are already being turned over to beneficiaries, and more projects are ongoing to provide more climate-resilient homes for the most vulnerable. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share, and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.